Welcome back to JB Reviews. Today we are going to be towing. As you guys can see, I'm already hooked up. So this video is actually a video I'm doing second to the one I did before this one. So let's go ahead and get down the road because I want to get the truck weighed with my fifth wheel. And I'm going to go over some stuff on this truck that you should consider. So the video I did before this one, you'll kind of get a lot of the acceleration, things like that. But in this one, I am going to go over some fuel economy numbers with you guys. But again, I'm just going to be rolling. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset the trip computer on the highway. Because it's not a long trip, I want to show you at least highway mileage without any stops. Because I'm in the city right now and I'm going to probably stop at 3 or 4 more lights. Therefore, the fuel economy is going to be low. So once we get on the highway, I'm going to reset it. And I will say, living with the gas truck is just so much easier. You literally have less components, and there's just a lot less you have to do with these. Like in the wintertime, like it's 21 degrees right now, and I don't have to worry about plugging the truck in. I don't have to worry about my diesel gelling. I don't have to worry about DEF. There's just so many things that really help make this a great option. However, there are some things I want to talk about in another video with the downsides to towing with a gas truck, especially if you do a lot of towing. Now, if you're not doing a lot of towing, you really have to put this on your list. Like, this is something that I will consider, you know, in the future. But again, when I go over in the video, you'll have a better idea what I mean by that. There's a little bit of acceleration. I'm at about 30% down. Yeah, you definitely can tell there's weight back there. Like on the diesels, because they have that forced induction, I feel like they handle a little bit better, like under load, like when you're accelerating. Whereas on the gas engines, they do have more of that low end grunt. But this truck, I don't know, this truck is just, the 7.3 is definitely interesting. And you can see right here, the fuel economy is at 6.9. It was higher than that when I did my fuel economy run, so you're in for a treat there. I am excited, however, to like get the truck weighed. And if you're new to my channel, I do have a 2023 GMC Sierra that I tow with primarily. It's a diesel, and I've been really wanting to do videos with the gas 7.3 because this is the best option on the market on paper. And really, I think overall, I think it really is. And then I had a Ram 3500, it was a 2019 before the 2023 GMC. That was phenomenal. I think that any Cummins Eisen setup is just hard to beat. Even with this and a lot of the newer Fords and GMs having 10 speeds, the Eisen is just for towing. That transmission is just really good under load. But I really think my trailer is going to probably lose about 1,000 pounds. Now, in the past, I got it weighed when we were full-time RVing. It was like 14.8. You guys saw the numbers, you saw the videos. So today, I'm going to weigh my truck with just myself in it. And then I'm going to unhook. And then I'll hook back up, and then we'll get everything weighed together. Because I really want to get a good idea of the numbers. But it has big payload, and yeah, we won't have any problems with this one. Yeah, it's the payload's bigger than my GMC. Something I like that this truck does is it gives you, I think it's 6 or 8 clicks for the signal. And that's something that the GM does too. I like that they do that because obviously, you know, when you're towing a trailer, you need people to see where you're going. And that's a really nice feature to have. I gotta give it to Ford. Their 10 speed is definitely a little bit better with like locking up and keeping you in the broadband. Like I like that it does that. Like it's like really responsive. I guess in tow haul mode, it just really engages that transmission really well. Like on my 10 speed with the diesel, it's not as aggressive. But I guess next year maybe I'll have a chance to test drive a 10 speed from GM. And I'll give my impressions. I'll probably drive it in tow haul mode and see how it does, because honestly, like I gotta admit, like this is what makes this option so cool. it does give you that torque that you need in the right gear. It's like when you're, especially like in lower speeds. Like it just dropped down to 4th gear. Look how it's holding that gear. It's holding it. I'm not doing anything right now. It's holding the gear. And it's letting me slow down. So it's like slowing the truck down for me. So that's nice. I like that they do that. Transmission's getting hot. 221. I think that my Duramax got the transmission up to about 200. And I was doing some hard downshifts to slow it down. So I guess, you know, like I've said in the past, Ford's transmissions typically run a little bit warmer than Rams and GMs. I mean, that's pretty warm. I mean, but like I said, it's 28 degrees outside. That's why I'm saying it's kind of warm for, you know, just doing, you know, 40 to 50 mile an hour speeds. I mean, we're going to get on the highway here in about 5 minutes or so. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get up to highway speeds. I'll reset the fuel economy so you guys can see that all the way to the Love station. And then from there, we'll get the truck weighed. And that'll pretty much wrap this video up. One thing I'll discuss in the next video too is, you know, the weight of a gas truck. That's something I've always kind of considered in the past. Was I like the idea of a diesel because diesels have extra weight from all the components and they're just a heavier pickup truck overall. And with this one, it is lighter on its feet. It's not terrible though. I was actually surprised how well the suspension works. Now this does have a solid front axle, and you know, I think these trucks overall are pretty heavy still, but I'm actually really pleased with the stability you get with the suspension on the Ford. My GMC Sierra has more overload leaf springs, but I would say that this truck having a little bit lesser tire, it handles well. I think that if it had a 20-inch wheel and obviously a 20-inch tire, I think it would handle a little bit better, something a little bit more aggressive than these Continentals. This is not a tire I would choose, but it's definitely one that you should switch off and maybe go to something a little bit more robust, in my opinion. I mean, these are good for like travel trailers, not for towing close to 15,000, 16,000 pounds. So we're going 58. Let's try to get up about 75. Going up a little bit of an incline right now. Yeah, we're not going 75. We are not going 75. But I do like how it holds the gears for you. Sorry, I can't hold my camera. I got a new camera, by the way, guys, and I apologize like if it's been shaky. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to dial it in. Like I thought it was all dialed in. It's supposed to be a better camera than the one I had, but yeah, I might buy another camera in the future. I don't really like this one, or I might see if I can exchange it. But I'm going 69. I'm happy right here. 69 is good on the highway. I can definitely feel it. It's a little windy. It's a lot of traffic, so 69 is a good speed to be doing right now. And oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Let me go ahead and reset the fuel economy. Go ahead and do that now. The only thing about having a gas truck is I'm riding my brakes, guys. I'm still trying to figure this truck out. And yeah, these 18s, I prefer a 20-inch wheel with a little bit meaty tire. I feel a little bit of sway. You see, I didn't go this fast in the last video that I did. That's why this is so important right now. I'm trying to get back up to 69 here. Now you will be completely happy to see I'm getting 10 miles to the gallon, but I got 15 miles to go, and I think there's a little bit of inclines on this road too, so I might drop down to about maybe 7 or 8. So my target on the highway, since I reset it the way I did, I'm hoping to get 8. 8 will be like game over for diesels, because on the highway I think my GMC could probably get 10, but 8 is so close. I feel like I'd be happy with that number, but I'm getting 10.5 right now at 1.3 miles, so we'll see what we end off at. I'll check back in once we get to the Love's fuel station. So here's a quick update. I got up to 75 miles an hour, but it's just too light feeling. And I was just under 1900 RPMs. It held in 8th gear for, like right now it's in 8th gear. I'm going 69. And it's just kind of lingering in 8th gear there. Now it's in 9th. Kind of going down a little bit. Now it's in 10th. It looks like it's like at 18. Yeah, it's at 1800 RPMs right now. So that's not bad. So for a gas engine, it runs pretty low RPMs. I want to say that my Duramax diesel runs at about maybe 1600 RPMs. So I think that's where you're going to get the fuel economy at. I'm at 8.4 MPG at 6.6 miles. I still got almost 10 miles to go. So, but the gas engine is loud. Like, whenever you're going up some grades, like, and then when it downshifts, like, it's just really, like, it's just jerky. Like, it's just not as refined as that diesel is. But if you don't tow that much, it probably won't matter to you. I said it in the last video. I'm going to say it again. Diesel truck days are numbered. Do you see that? Diesel truck days are numbered. 9.5 miles to the gallon. Now again, that was at 63 to 67 miles an hour average, in that ballpark. And one thing I'll tell you is, when you consider the diesel costs up front and maintenance together, and it's 27 degrees outside, guys. Like, that is really good. And I know that I reset it on the highway, but you have to understand, if I was driving for about 45 minutes to an hour, or if not maybe 2 hours, I probably would average about that on the similar highway like that. That's what makes this so insane. Like, this is 9.5 miles to the gallon. Look at that. That is really good. Really good for a gas pickup. And it's a lot to do with the gearing and this 10-speed transmission. But we have made it to Love's truck stop. And there's a lot of trucks here today. I got to go ahead and figure out a way to get in here, because all I'm going to do is obviously just get Wade, and I'm going to get out of these guys' way. So hopefully there's no line. Is there a line to go get Wade? Uh-oh. That's not good. That is not good. So we got the truck weighed. It took me an hour and 20 minutes because they were super busy, and then someone blocked in my fifth wheel, which was very frustrating. But I got the truck weighed, and I'm going to show this to you really quickly. So let's go through it. First one I want to show you is just with me inside the truck. It's 7,120 pounds, so about 4,080 pounds on the steer axle, 3,040 pounds on the rear. Now, if you don't remember, the GVWR for the truck was 11,100 pounds. And if you subtract 7,120, it's 3,980 pounds. On the door sticker, the payload number is 3,956. So if you take me out of the equation, I'm about 210 pounds. You basically have about 4,190 pounds of payload capacity. So I'm assuming when they do these numbers, they do add people inside the truck, and that's why the number is a little bit higher. That's just what I can assume so far. And with that being said, you get a little bit more payload capacity, so that takes care of a fifth wheel hitch, takes care of an extra person you're carrying with you, so you can stay within that number. Now with that being said, let's take a look at the truck and trailer cat scale. So this one, you guys can see something that's very odd. You just saw that the steer axle without the trailer was 4,080 pounds. With it is 4,100 pounds. Normally what happens when you get your truck and trailer weighed, it takes weight off the front of the axle, but not in this case here. So it actually added weight, which is a good thing because it gives you more control, for your steering. But if you take the steer axle and the drive axle and you add them together, that's going to give you 9,580 pounds. And what I do to get the pin weight for my RV is I take the 7,120 pounds for the first weigh-in, which is just me and the truck, and I subtract it from truck and trailer, the steer axle and the drive axle, and that's going to give you 2,460 pounds.
And if you divide that number into the total trailer weight, so you're going to add the 2,460 pounds to the 10,620 pounds that you see on the sticker, that's going to give you a total trailer of 13,080 pounds. Divide the pin weight into that, that's going to give you 90% pin weight. My trailer full time was 14.8, so we took about 1,100 pounds out of the trailer because most of that weight is from the water, which is 81 gallons, so figure about 670 pounds, give or take, of water in a trailer. So all in all, we're still pretty heavy. We're pretty much about 900 pounds from basically the GVWR in our trailer, and if I add a full tank of water, we'll pretty much be close because there's still stuff we have to put back in the RV. The only thing we took out was stuff inside the RV. When I got it weighed that time, everything was still in the basement. It was pretty much still filled on the front end, but the closet was empty, which means a lot of that weight did come off the pin weight. So make sure when you're looking at RVs, I still recommend you use 20 to 22%, especially if you plan on using like washer and dryer or even a generator. That can add 200 to 300 pounds to your pin weight too. But pretty much that's all I want to go over at this point. As you guys know, I did order a Ford F350 gas. I do feel more confident about getting that truck, but I am going to go over a few more things and I'll be able to answer that question if I would 100% recommend it. See you guys in the next video.